from Clune Arena in Colorado Springs for tonight's CSBA mid-major action here as the Navy midshipmen take on the Air Force. God, I forgot the name of the Air Force. The Air Force. Wow, did I really just draw a blank? Oh my God, shoot me. Anyway, joining me in the booth, Rampage. What's up, buddy?
What's good with you, Wired?
The Air Force Falcons. Why did I forget the Falcons? I don't know why. I just had had a senior moment there. Well, what are you looking forward to this game, my friend? Is fadeaway J is good.
Starting off shooting.
J.R. Rollins with the turnaround midi. But what are you looking forward to in this game? Any matchups we should look out for here?
Looking forward to? I mean, I'm always a big man guy, but tonight I got to give it to the guards. I mean, Damian Chambers is on fire as of late, and for Air Force at least, and it's gonna be nice to watch him tonight. And I think that's where my eyes are really gonna wander, see if he does something special like he's been doing so far.
Felipe fell with the putback there for the midshipman. Pull-up jumper, no good, rims in and out. Tough shot there from Damian Chambers, just rimmed in and out. Well, if you're just joining us, obviously the last game was very close. Boise State winning by 7 over the Wyoming Cowboys. It was a really solid game. I'm expecting and hoping that we'll see something very similar here tonight in this between these two Patriot League teams.
Absolutely, though Wyoming, takes their time, very methodical with their mid-court, with their half-court offense. Honestly, I'm not expecting that from Air Force. I think Air Force might want to. I think they're going to come out gunning. I think they're going to have some pretty fast sets.
See you show up. Good things happen. Just gifted you a sub, J.R. Rollins. We appreciate you hanging out with us, buddy. Savage gonna go to the line and shoot 2. Yes, sir.
I wonder how much we're gonna see from the free throw line tonight. I mean, Wyoming. They just played Wyoming and Boise State. We saw a lot of free throws. I wonder how much of that we're gonna see tonight.
Yeah, Boise State I think went to the free throw line 17 times in that game, which was crazy. So 4-2 Air Force. Falcons up by 2. Elijah Henson. He's going to drive. He gave it over to Tyler Hellman, who drives. Mr. Mayonnaise himself puts it in, knocks us up at 4. This game has a little bit of a higher pace feel to it than the last one as Damian Chambers hits the midi.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams getting into their sets pretty quickly. The guards getting a lot of control over the offense. I'm not seeing. I mean, you got little small plays where you're setting off-ball screens, but it's mostly been find space and use it, and that's what I kind of like to see out of both teams.
Collins mid-range J from top of the key, no good. Savage up with the rebound. Here comes Air Force. Navy back in transition, so nothing doing for Air Force in the transitional game. Now they're going to get it out to Prince Enrico. Rico going to be the beneficial of a screen. He's going to drive, kicks it back to the big tree. Rollins, who knocks down the 3. They're going to call it a 2, front of the line.
I mean, absolutely. Rollins so far making his money at the mid-range. You like to see that Rollins is getting a little bit of a groove. You're going to see a lot. I think you're going to see a lot of space from the mid-range as Navy has been closing out quick. A great defensive steal, looking like a cornerback the way he jumped the route.
Yeah, pick 6. Well, I'd say almost a pick 6 if he would have went end to end. Instead, he's going to give it to the marker. Savage, tough bucket from Savage. This is Elijah Henson challenged. Air Force out to an 80% field goal percentage right out of the gate.
I mean, at the rate we've been seeing, the ball kind of playing a magic trick there, rolling from the top of the key down to the paint somehow, but they'll take the bucket out of their way if you're Navy.
Hey, State, you guys played a good game here tonight. You guys lost by 7. You were literally in it the entire way until like the last minute. So, but you guys by far the best game this season you've played. Time out on the court. 12-6 hot start for Air Force here to start.
Absolutely, and most of that coming off of the back of, as we were expecting, Damian Chambers, but also Rollins. Rollins, I believe, having four, both from the mid range, both shots from the mid range.
12-6 Falcons on top. Pass over to Olmstead. Olmstead out to Miller. Good ball moved by Navy to Abaya. Back up to Olmstead. Back to Miller. Now to Keefe to Sniper, but not a lot of movement towards the rim. A lot of good ball movement, just not playing hot potato. Unfortunately, Keefe going to fire up the three. Knocks it down. Bang! James Keefe coming in and shooting about 18% from three. Knocks that one down.
I mean, talk about having to keep your head on a swivel. I don't think anybody had the ball for more than a second until the last .5 when it took them to shoot it. I mean,
They're trying to let the ball do the work, but it's Blackman for three. Bang! Answering right back is Ollie Blackman. Also shooting 33% from downtown on the season. Knocks that one.
I mean, night and day in comparison to the two games we've covered so far. Wyoming and Boise State very much so methodical and getting into the post and getting into the paint. So far, what we've seen from Air Force and Navy outside of fast breaks has mostly been shooting.
Busy ball to Washington. Kirk Washington lays that one in for an easy two. Kirk Washington coming in and averaging 7.5 points per game. Good pass into Speedy Sniper. So back to a 6-point game here. Ball. Get over to Washington. Bounce pass. Back over to Washington. He's got the baseline. Alex to shoot the floater, and it gets it to go. 19-11.
Yeah, Air Force in love with the mid range tonight. I mean, they've gone 89% from the field, and most of that has been done at the mid range. And you wonder how consistent that can be in all four quarters. But if they can keep it going with these open looks, they have a pretty good night.
Bayou gonna drive. Good defense there. Ali Blackman with a huge block. Chance for Air Force to extend their lead with 2:18 here to go. JG, you never know. If we get up to 40 people, I might give away some stuff. So, gonna get everybody in here. Chambers gonna get a high screen. Pull up for three. Bang! Damian Chambers from downtown. It's an 11-point lead.
I mean, we were expecting something like this once he heated up, but you know, to get it going so soon is definitely a surprise. I definitely didn't expect him to both be hitting from the mid range and now deep.
Foul on the play. Navy to the line is James Keefe, a 63% free throw shooter, going to get an opportunity to shoot two here. And so far, that is the way Navy's night has gone, as Keefe not able to put that one in.
Get a little breather.
Not able to get it to go as he rims out both.
I mean, one of the major themes that I'm noticing in the little time that I've really spent, you know, with my eye on the mid majors is players in the mid majors who can hit free throws are invaluable.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more, because these guys are just not consistent with it. And with the chippiness of the way they're playing,
Absolutely, love the aggressiveness.
Washington going to get the beneficial of a screen mid-range, just inside the three-point line is good. So 10 of 11 knockdown, 91% for Air Force here to start, which is crazy. It's a crazy hot start. Time out on the court. You're watching CSB on Twitch. Not the start Navy wanted, that is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Navy, you're not in your head, but at the same time, you got to get something going on defense. It's not. I don't think their offense, they're complaining too heavy, but defensively, they're killing you from the mid range. You got to either back them up or force them into situations where they're not getting these open mid range shots. Because so far, over half of their makes have got to be from the mid range.
Shot, good defense here. Sniper gets it back before the shot clock expires, but can't get the shot to go. 2:18. We saw this from Wyoming twice tonight. Two big stretches where they went scoreless for a couple minutes, and Timmy puts that one in.
Yeah, I just don't think Navy's got the same movement. I mean, they've got the ball movement is absolutely phenomenal, but the off-ball movement when it comes to the bodies actually making space, it just hasn't been there, right? And lapse of judgment gets them a 3-second call.
Yeah, mental error there as substitution is going to the bench absolutely atrocious there. The starter's going to come back in. 27 seconds left to go here, first quarter. It's been all Air Forces. A nice take and an easy take there for Kirk Washington. Goes in uncontested, and Air Force don't look now. He's got 28. We haven't seen them play this good since that opening game against Oregon in preseason.
Yeah, I mean, if you paid attention on that last possession, you'll see that the floor from the top of the key down to the underneath the rim, the amount of space they're creating is just amazing. I mean, he could go to his left or right, and he would have had space around the rim.
For sure. 3-point shot there by Navy, not able to get it go. Big lead here for Air Force after one. We're watching CSB on Twitch. We're back. Welcome back. 28-11, a big first quarter for Air Force. What does Navy got to do better here in this second quarter, Rampage?
Play defense. I mean, defense wins championships, but tonight you needed to win. You need it so you can win a game. I mean, Air Force has got to be still up in around the 90s shooting from the field, even if they missed an extra time. And if your offense isn't putting up 30 a quarter, you're not going to win many games playing a 90% quarter.
Free ball is good as Prince Enrico knocks it down. Bang.
I mean, Air Force has just got it going tonight. I've never... You don't usually see 90% quarters last more than one quarter, but it's just, Navy is just struggling. Even when they do get these open looks, they're going to have to hang their hat on defense as he just blows right past them.
Kirk Washington using his speed once again. He's got 10. All of the Navy has 11. Hinton with the follow.
And some grown man ball there. Doing it himself.
The Air Force plays this way, presuming they get into to play that playing game. They could easily win based on the way they played here tonight. Hellman for three, no good. And again, Navy getting looks, not able to knock anything down right now. Timmy with the offensive board and gets fouled by Filippo Fell. So he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Now we're getting in a situation where even though you're forcing misses on during Air Force's offense and lowering their shooting percentage because they're starting to drop to the 80s and then the 70s, you're not going to get them anywhere if you're not scoring any points. I think they have, 2 in the quarter?
Yeah, 2 so far. Only 11 in that first. As Air Force put up 28 points in the first quarter. But we've seen teams come back from deficits like this, especially in the mid-majors. The skill level isn't as high as some of the major colleges, so got to get it done. And right now, that is not cutting the mustard. Elijah Hinton fouled by Fell again. Puts Enrico to the line. Enrico coming in at 78% from the free throw line. Misses there, though. So that number to go down. And Air Force has gotten to the line 6 times so far, too.
Absolutely. I mean, when they haven't been shooting the mid-range, they've been getting in the paint and just being irritating.
Finally, a shot falls, a 3-ball, and a much-needed 3-ball.
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody for Navy can get them going, start to break up that Air Force defense a little bit, they'll be able to move the ball a little bit more effectively, but their mid-range is just killing them.
Cameron Bailey.
Another open shot.
Yeah, wide open there. Nice. Now Navy's starting to pick up their shooting here as Elijah Henson drops that one.
A great shot from Henson from the mid-range. I mean, honestly, this is surprising to me a little bit. I mean, most teams you either see a great wide open layup. Most teams you either see playing at the rim or moving around to get three-point shots. Both teams here really relied on the mid-range.
Nice take there again. Marco Savage, 85%, 17 of 20. Wow. Scorching it red hot right now.
Absolutely.
As they continue to turn on the afterburners. See what I did there? Afterburners. What?
So
come on, you gotta laugh at my dad jokes. Come on.
I suppose so.
And again, the defense for Air Force is just dominating. Cameron Bailey again for 3, finally missing.
I mean, just a breath of fresh air if you're Navy, because that shot falls. That'd be another run that just would not end. If you're Navy here, you're mostly relying on your defense to catch up in this game. I don't think this is a game that you're gonna outshoot Air Force. I don't really see that happening. But if they can contain Air Force within these last couple minutes of the first half, and then with the momentum reset going into the half, hopefully the third quarter they can come out firing, and you could definitely see a very competitive second half.
Yeah, you don't want to. I think 20 is definitely a lead you can come back from. 30 though, I would be a little bit worried. Right now they're down 20, but just got to get easy buckets like that. Get to the rim, cause a little havoc on the defensive end.
Absolutely. I mean, now you're really playing the clock rather than Air Force. I mean, you're trying to set up a situation where every quarter you're knocking the lead down a peg, because that first quarter puts you in the corner, and every step you take out of the corner is a good step forward. So, great defense here.
There you go. Back-to-back possessions. Navy has gotten the stop. See if they can put together a string here before to end the half. Sniper with 6 on the game clock, shot clock rather. Draws the double team. Somebody wide open. He's going to go into a Abaya. Abaya flicks up the shot. No good.
Spending a lot of time on that block, but not too much opening up when you're that deep into the paint. What a rip under the rim.
Good active hands by Navy. See if they can take advantage of transition. Going to get it over to Keith. Keith baseline jumper is good.
I really like that shot there. I don't really see any reason to contort yourself to try and get a layup through the contest. A great pull up, wide open, knocks it down.
So 42-26, 2 minutes to go here. Ball going to go inside in Washington. Washington going to pull it out. 15 on the shot clock. Hands it over to Djokovic. Chambers for three. Bang.
Yeah, we knew we were going to see a lot of Chambers tonight. I mean, unlike Navy, who plays a very team-centric ball, not really too many players that just run away with their scoring, leading their team in scoring. That is not the case with Air Force. Chambers is definitely their big guy who puts up points every night.
Count it and one as Speedy Sniper. Call Mr. Speedy to the ball. Puts it in, gets fouled, going to go to the line, shoot one, try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Ali Blackman. Miller now to Keith again. That's that ball movement, but without a lot of movement from the players.
Absolutely. I mean, you can only get so much space just passing the ball back and forth without moving. Clearly, the analyst that is Rampage has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to Navy.
Well, I mean, listen, that was a prayer. I'm not going to lie. He was well beyond the three-point line, and it was contested, so I would agree with your mentality.
Against all the odds. He doesn't care.
Yeah, sure. Drive, foul on the play. Zhakovic going to commit the first, team's second. So 16-point lead. Listen, get this down to 10 at the half or 12. I think you'd be happy if you're Navy.
Absolutely. I mean, every quarter right now, you're fighting against the lead. I mean, once you get to the fourth is when you start getting to where, you're really in a life or death type situation. But right now, you're really under no heavy pressure to the point where, of course, you want to knock your free throws down, but you're in no heavy pressure to where you need to start looking for threes. I mean, you can definitely continue with your regular offense at this point.
Yeah, no bueno from Navy as they miss both free throws on the other side, so they still trail by 16 here. Washington pulls the trigger on a 2. Washington having a nice little game here today.
Absolutely. I think he's up to 12 because I think he had 10 earlier. He might be up to 14, but I think it was 12. But either way,
trying to end the first half on a positive note, not able to get it to go, and at the end of 1:49-31, it's been all Air Force. Stick around, halftime show coming up. As Rampage going to break us down, tell us what we saw, maybe what we'll see in a second.
First half, very interesting from both sides. I mean, Air Force, of course, everything is going in the first quarter. Ended off the first quarter, got to be around 90% shooting. I mean, all Air Force. I think they ended the first quarter was like 11-28 or something like that. It was a no contest in the first quarter. But second quarter, you saw some things you like if you're Navy. You got in the paint a lot more, got a lot more open space. Their defense didn't pick up as much as they would have liked to diminish that lead, but you're not sitting anywhere that you can't come back from at the moment. And if you're Air Force, you just got to keep your foot on the gas. Washington having a great game, already above his averages coming in. I mean, 12 in the first half, you'll take that from your guard, who usually isn't, that prolific at scoring. He's usually getting the assists because Chambers is the one who's walking away with points. But don't get me wrong, Chambers still walked away with a cool couple shots there in the first half.
For sure. We'll see what happens here in the second. I'm excited to see if Navy can ramp it up a little bit here. Take a look at the leading score at the half, though, and that person, see if they give us the graphic. They're gonna really give us not give us the graphic. Wow. Usually we see that all the time. I mean, it's just like a multiple. Oh, there we are. Kirk Washington, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 dimes. So Hellman fouled on the play by Enrico. So Mr. Mayonnaise himself to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Great to see. I mean, Navy has gotten to the line a couple of times, but they haven't been super successful to the line like you would have hoped. And that's going to really be weighing on them in the second half. You don't want to leave that many points on the table in a game you're fighting back.
Rico drives, can't get it to go. Beans up with the rebound. Beans! Hellman, Mr. Mayonnaise, can't get it to go. Fell, though. Felipe fell for the putback. Good defense by Navy in the interior. Felipe fell with the rebound. Gets it up to Hellman. Over to Beans. Beans gets picked off by Jakovic.
Great active hands. We haven't seen too much of that in this game, but, you know, if you're going to get those lane steals on a team that likes to pass as much as the way Navy did in the first half, you're going to get a lot of steals.
Hellman going to go down low to Collins. Collins gets D'd up. He kicks it out to Henson. Navy going to run a pick and roll player here. It looks like high pick and roll is Henson going to give it back to Fell. Fell going to drive on Rollins. Hard foul by Rollins as Fell falls to the floor, but he's going to go to the line and shoot two.
Easy. You know, you never like to give a big man an easy layup. I'm not mad at the foul there, especially when you're up. You have no reason to not force him to the line, especially when Navy has been struggling at the line. So, you take it and you move.
Faux show. Free throw up and good. So Fell knocks them both down, cuts the lead to 14. It's just chip away, get it to single digits by the fourth. We'll be cooking with gas. Backdoor pass. Chambers gets fouled, and you know what? I like the effort there. They still blocked the shot. That probably would have been an N1.
Absolutely. An interesting switch there, though.
Yeah, make him earn it, though, right? Make him earn it from the free throw line. Look, there you go.
That's why you make him earn it.
Knocks down one of two. So 50 to 35. 15-point lead. Beans for three. Bang! Jacob Cool Beans from downtown cuts it to 12, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Air Force, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't score here and Navy comes back with another as they pull up from deep, not getting it to go. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout here from Air Force if they come away with a point as he goes right to the rack. Contested, great defense.
That's a big block there. Chambers going to pull up on the other side. Can't get it to go. Fell another rebound. A chance to get it to 10.
Fell's going to have himself a game.
Good come back here from Navy. So they trail by 12. Hellman for three. There. Cuts it to single digits if it goes. No, but Fell, though, for the putback. And a 9-1 run has got them back in this game. It's down to 10.
Great play there. Gets Fell in position before taking the three. Make or miss. You got somebody in position to score. Great scheme run. And as I expected, Air Force calling a timeout and want to get out ahead of this.
Yeah, great comeback here. A lot of time left. 5:17 to go here, third quarter. But Navy has been putting on the pressure. And Marco Savage with a Savage-like dunk.
Navy did not like what they saw. They said, come on back to this huddle. We got to talk about some things, because clearly whatever I said to you was not what you needed to hear.
So 52-40. Fade away from Fell. Drip.
Fell having himself a quarter. I mean, amazing offensively and defensively for Fell, but I mean, the rebounding has really stuck out for him in this quarter. If he can keep that going, I could definitely see him bringing Navy back by himself primarily.
Yeah, he's one of their top players. He's only coming in and averaging 6.3 points per game, but he's really stepped it up lately. Baseline J is good. J.R. Rollins with the fadeaway. Baseline J puts it back to 12.
Haven't heard much from Rollins after the first quarter, but you like to see that he's getting back in his little stride now that he's getting some extended minutes here in the third. But Rollins is gonna have to have himself a game if they're gonna maintain this lead as another three gets knocked out at the top of the key.
Guess what? We're down to single digits. 9-point lead for Air Force. Is Hellman for three. Bang. Bailey now over to Enrico. High pick and roll comes. Foul on the play. Felipe Foul, of course, is the third foul, though. So Prince Enrico to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, you're probably going to see Fell come out here. I mean, he's having himself a great game, and though you want to have him playing extra minutes down the stretch, you can't have him in foul trouble too early. And three halfway through the third is just not what you want to see.
By the way, you see what happens when you come and be active? I just gifted you a sub, my friend. It's all it takes, guys. Just all it takes. A little love in the CSBA streams, and we'll get you some subs and get you hooked up. 56-45. Olmsted now over to Miller. Keith gonna fire up the three. No good. It rims in and out.
Not the worst look he could have gotten. I mean, in this quarter with them being so hot from three, I'm not mad at it. A little bit of a heat check from Navy.
Yeah, for sure. Three-pointer in the corner, no good. They would have cut it to 8 if he knocked it down, so I agree with you.
I'm not mad at the shot at all.
And Homestead just sees part and lays it in. Big man gets rewarded for running the floor.
I mean, he's looking through a peephole and the ball followed. I mean, what a tight window. There's no way that ball had enough space but to get through there, so a great pass.
Enrico Drano. 2-pointer, though, foot on the line.
I mean, CSBA's got a lot of grown men, and I'd be surprised if anybody other than, maybe one or two players aren't wearing under the size 11 shoe, but just watch your feet next time. You'll be scoring a 3 instead of a 2. It ain't that much of a difference in distance.
No, sir. NJ and Baya the foul. Excuse me, Zion Abaya. NJ was that's his brother that used to play in the CSBA.
Family in the CSBA, a lot of generational talent. I mean, got a lot of deep families that are just ingrained nowadays. I mean,
well Rampage, where else would you want to play basketball, man? There's
really nowhere else. There's nowhere else to really go. You know what I mean?
This is the League of Leagues. Kirk Washington going to split two defenders, kicks it outside. Good save by Izzy Ball. That could have gotten thrown away into the crowd. Now Washington draws a double team. Looks like Navy switches. Backdoor cut not available. Now over to Cameron Bailey. 4 on the shot clock. Air Force going to have to set one up here. Enrico gets it in a high post. Floater up and no good as it halfway down before it kicks back out.
An interesting shot. I mean, it's not the worst shot that you could have gotten given the situation, but the confidence to fade out of it is just amazing. I mean, Air Force has had that type of night to where you really are not surprised to see something like that.
Chance to get the single digit here. Shot clock running down. Keith going to get it into Sniper. He's going to get it away, but can't get it over the outstretched hands of Ollie Blackman. As Blackman comes up with a huge rejection as there's a 24-second shot clock violation. As Prince Enrico going to check out. I believe that was Damian Chambers checking back in.
Yeah, and again, within the last 3 seconds of the shot clock, 3 players from Navy touching the ball. The ball just flying around faster than you can pay attention, so just watch your man and see when he gets it.
Zion Abaya up with the rebound off the alley. Blackman miss. See if Navy can knock it down to single digits here with 1:28 to go. There's a little bit more off-ball movement now as Keith wide open. Jay is good. 8-point lead. Keith been a catalyst, by the way. 12 points in 12 minutes.
Absolutely. Keith and he just came out with 3 fouls. His name is just gone.
Filippo Fell?
Fell. That's what it is. Fell. Filippo Fell. Him, Keith and Fell has just been great for them in the second half. I mean, the lead down to 10, but at some point we were thinking about, is this going to be a blowout in the first quarter? But you know, anyone's game once the time starts ticking, and clearly Navy is taking advantage here in the second half.
That's why you never give up on a game. Navy's fought their way back in here, especially with a lot of time. Keith fadeaway 3. That was a heat check moment because there was nobody around underneath for a rebound.
Absolutely a heat check, but you know, if I want to say that we like the confidence, but in a situation where you're down, coach might give you a little bit more lip for a heat check nowadays. But you know, I'm never gonna argue against it. That's just the type of personality I have. I'm pulling from half court if I'm hot.
For sure. Sniper gonna foul Cameron Bailey. So he'll go to line to shoot 2. It's like watching any given Sunday. It's like, defense, we need something from you. Anything, I don't care. If you're going to make a mistake, make it big. Like kind of that same mentality of if you're going to make a mistake, make it big. Because if you don't and he gets it to go, that's a big bucket, you know? And turn the tide pretty quickly that way.
I mean, in both games, we didn't see too many and ones. It was either, you know, you fouled them and you made the foul worth it, or you got a very heavy contest and they held the whistle. So, I'm not too surprised to not see too many and ones given the physicality both teams have played with, but it's better than the alternative if you're the team getting the and ones put up on you.
For sure. Keith gonna dribble this one out too. Gonna have to put one up. He's gonna put it up from the A. The Air Force logo clangs off the back rim. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, 62-50. Air Force up by 12, but Navy been pushing hard here. Stick around and get those 4s up in stream chat. We'll see if Navy's got a run in them, pull even, or potentially go ahead. You're watching CSB on Twitch. All right, welcome back here, Clune Arena. Let's take a look at the State Farm assist of the game. The little dump off to Kirk Washington, not my favorite. I give it a 2. I mean, from a play perspective, it was higher than a 2, but an assist, not so much. Appreciate all 23 of you checking in, watching this one. Shout out to Ella, Alice Drya. I don't know how to say the name. Adad J. Besky, McFadden, Bobby Boucher, D. Toy Hunter, Digital Instinct, Downtown Dory, Dropsnat, Eagles Fly Day, Executioner, Fireflies, Fred Juno, G Hart, Damien, Igor Flores, Lisa Bay, Jamal, J.R. Rollins, Kata Kirk, LJ Card, Network Streamer Discord, I don't know what that is. Rage, you're in here? That's you, right? Rage NF?
Hey, why didn't you shout him out? Shout him out. That's my favorite, man.
Rage NF.
Love to see Kendrick Crawford scout.
Reza Red. Is that what it is? Is he Network Streamer Discord? Is that who he is? Or are you just messing around? Reza Red, Road Girls, Saeed Gore, Shy Puff State, Streamfar, Suster Bunny, Sports Dude, and Voiceless Zach. Zach, why are you voiceless? Don't be voiceless. 62-50, Keith at the line. A shout out to you all, CSBA, for tuning in. Appreciate you. Coming up next, is Keith not able to knock it down. Hawaii versus Army. Another mid-major Wednesday today. Washington again. He's having a game. He's got 14. 7-9.
Not doing side language is hilarious.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but definitely funny. Eagles
Oh,
fly
my
day. I said
goodness.
turning on the afterburners before. Hinson for 3. Bang! That's a big one from Elijah Hinson. Cuts it to 9.
That's to 11.
Excuse me, 11. Apologies. I reversed the 3 and the 4 in my head.
Only because I had math today that I noticed.
Hey, Paige, we got to get you in the booth more. You're doing a solid job tonight, my friend. I've never
Yeah,
called
I
a
like
game with
being
you.
in the booth, man.
What's that?
I said I like being in the booth, man. It's just I talk a lot, and so at
But-
times I'm just thinking of random things.
But that's okay. I don't mind that. I think you're a great partner. That's the first time I've ever done a game with you, so I think it is anyway. So
Yeah, I
happy
think
to.
it is because I think the other times you were just in here for like the screaming part, and I think I was calling with Dickie or something.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to get in the booth with you more, man. I'm enjoying my time with you. 66-53, Air Force up. Big possession here for Navy as he draws his double team. Keith going to get it to Fell. Fell's got to go right up with that. He doesn't. Gets it to Collins, who flicks it at the rim. Cannot get it to go. Missed opportunity there for the midshipman.
Yeah, Fells is fighting, but at the same time, you got a lot of size down there for Air Force, and another foul here coming on the other end. Nothing easy, but at the same time, now is not the time when you want to start testing them at the free throw line. You just gotta figure out that little balance, and as one misses, making me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, but of course I know what I'm talking about at all times.
Oh, you know what you're talking about. KJ Collins with the foul. Timmy hits 1 of 2 as he greens the second. By the way, both these teams coming in at 2-2 in the Patriot League, so this is a big game in the standings. Collins trying to get these Navy midshipmen back closer as they trail by 14. Collins going to feel, and it fires up to 3-2 strong. Starting to feel like it's slipping a little bit away from Navy right now. Still got 5:23 to go, though.
Yeah, it's going to start kicking into where you need to start performing on both ends. Right now, up until now, we've seen Navy have stretches where they're great offensively and their defense is iffy, or their defense is spectacular and their offense is iffy. Now you're getting to the situation with 5 minutes to go. You're going to have to play great on both sides to kill this deficit. 14.
You can only get it from one side. Hinson for 3, bang! Cuts it to 11. Elijah Hinson coming off the off-ball screen, gets a good clean look and drains it. Now you got the offense on one end. You got to get the defense on the other side if you're the Navy midshipman. Chambers feeling it. Pull up 2. That's good. Mini drops back to 13. Chambers has been hot tonight.
I mean, yeah, we expected him to come out and show out. I mean, at this point, though you love to say that it's defense, a great mid-range from Navy, this has also just been a great shooting night for Air Force. I mean, there have been some shots that, in some games you wouldn't suggest, but they have honestly been knocking them down, and so you can't complain if you're Air Force when it comes to your offensive performance.
Chambers feeling it. He's the team leader at 18.3 points per game. He's been feeling it here. He's got 11 here tonight, but not able to knock down that contested. Now Hellman going to go inside. Felipe Fell finishing at the rim, and it's a 9-point ball game with 4:03 to go.
Here they come. Navy just needs one good stop, and I think they can force Air Force to need a timeout because this game can get close very quickly without even noticing.
Chambers. Can we get the screen from Timmy? He's going to get a good, clean look from 3. Not able to get it. I love that the Navy bench keeps getting up in his ear every time he tries to jack one up from that side of the court. Hinson feeling it. Fires up to 3. No good. Would have been an opportunity to drop it to 6 there if that fell. By the way, if you're just joining,
3, but we love the confidence.
Yeah, for sure. If you're just joining us, Air Force had a 22-point lead at one point. Maybe it's fought their way back, got it to single digits here. Pull up, mid-range jumper is good. Marco Savage has now got 14. Back to 11 we go.
I feel like he's had a rather quiet 14 for me. I mean, though we've said the Rollins and the Chambers and definitely Washington tonight, I don't feel like I've said Savage often.
We haven't. It was early. I think he scored early when we were kind of chit-chatting about a lot of little things. Free ball no good. Henson up with the rebound. 2:45 to go. This is do or die time for Navy. Passes inside the helmet. He pulls up. Can't get it to go. Collins, though, for the putback. Cuts it to 9.
I mean, Navy just spent basically 2.5 minutes doing what I said they were earlier, playing great defense, but just lackluster offense to back it up.
Timeout on the court. 71-62. 9-point advantage. 2:31 to go here. Big stretch here right now for Air Force if they want to hold this one out. Kirk Washington going to be your Jordan Brand player of the game. Kirk's had a good game. Not surprising to get the player of the game.
Not surprising at all. I think he came out of the half with 12, 3, and 3, and he's going to finish with that and more.
Chambers bounce past Djokovic. Fouled by Collins. That's his third. Second team foul. So Djokovic to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for 2.
Djokovic knocks it down back to 11.
Navy absolutely having time, but they're not going to get many possessions to play with. They're going to have to really lock in offensively for them to make this competitive. And you know, they've got 2 minutes, so I've definitely seen more done in less time. So
yeah, I mean, last game Wyoming just fell a little bit short. I think Navy's been a little bit smoother offensively than what we've seen from what we saw from Wyoming. So we'll see if they're able to do that here with 2:15 to go. Air Force has played well. Navy has had moments where they played really well, and then have had a few moments where they haven't. Bad pass there. Should have taken it in the entire way. Bad turnover there from Navy. Something they can ill afford to do. And Rollins makes him pay his turnover from Elijah Henson. Going back to hunt them. It says now trailed by 13.
I mean, similar to what happened in Wyoming was with the confidence to shoot in these late game moments. I mean, you gotta have somebody who just wants to take it up. Somebody's gotta have that killer instinct.
Good find to find Beans for 3. Bang! It's a good answer from Navy as they tie it. They get it back to 10 rather. But 1:40 to go here. Time not on Navy's side as Damian Chambers is going to wisely walk it up and try to milk as much clock as possible. Chambers going to split 2 defenders, gets fouled, count of the 1, no. And Collins picks up his 4th.
Yeah, we love aggressive defense at the rim, but
I mean, Chambers
not on Damian Chambers.
Chambers hasn't shot the ball well tonight, so I think challenging him is fine. Fouling him, though, I think is a mistake. Chambers rather coming in, shooting perfect from the free throw strike this season, continues that hot torch streak at the line. 12-point lead, 1:22 to go. Navy running out of precious time here. Henson gonna kick it outside to Beans. Beans gonna get a screen from Fell. He's gonna get the 3 up. Corner 3 ball in the pocket is good. Cuts it to 9 with 1:13 to go.
And it's just too little, too late. This is the type of game you want to play in the second half, in the fourth quarter, let alone a minute left.
Chambers, who could have passed it, gets blocked. An opportunity here for Navy. They give it right back to Marco Savage with a huge steal. That could seal it for Navy. They made a great defensive play. And instead
they will seal it for Navy.
And they turn it right back over. Rico now over to Savage. Pick and roll action. Going to give it over to Djokovic, who throws it down. And that is a dagger right there.
An exclamation point.
GG exclamation point is right. Hellman for 3. No good, and that's it. Air Force can dribble this one out, and that is exactly what they're going to do. They hold on 79-68. Great comeback from Navy, just falling short, though. When you dig yourself that much of a hole, Rampage, it's very difficult to dig yourself out.
Absolutely. I mean, a battle of two great coaches. It's an absolute perfect shooting performance in the first quarter for Air Force that does it for them, basically. And, nights like those, how much introspection can you do outside of they had a great night?
For sure, for sure. 79-68. Air Force wins this one by 11. They will go up to 3-2. Navy drops to 2-3 on the season. Take a look at the team comparison. Good job by Navy fighting back. I mean, they finished at 50%. The second half they shoot at 52%, 48% in the front half. So good job coming back there. 9 of 18 from downtown. They shoot a high volume from beyond the arc, 50%, knocking down 50% of them, which is a big reason why Navy was able to get back in this game. But what stands out for you? I know there's a couple other things here, but what stands out for you, Ravage?
Man, the first thing I see is the fact that Navy literally loses the game by 1 point if they hit all their free throws. I mean,
Three of 13 is atrocious. Wow.
it's just rough. I mean, if you're getting to the line 13 times, you can't complain too hard, but you can definitely complain when you make 3 of them. I mean, Air
Well,
Force didn't really get those 18 attempts until the fourth quarter, so
yeah, and I'll add something to that. I
great.
mean, I think if you limit your turnovers too, between the free throws and the turnovers, they had 8 turnovers, resulted in 12 points for Air Force. So even if you make half of your free throws and you cut a couple of those turnovers down, you're talking about a potential Navy win. So because the other numbers are not really jumping. I mean, Air Force's defense, the steals and blocks, obviously stands a cut above what Navy's was, which was only 1-1. But two factors, I think, free throws and turnovers, certainly big reasons why Navy lost this game. Let's take a look at the box score. I'll do the loser Navy, the losers, and you can do Air Force. Elijah Henson, 6 of 13, 3 of 6 downtown for 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Did have 3 turnovers. We talked about the turnovers there a minute. Filippo Fell finishes with a double-double. 12 of 10, perfect from the field. 5 of 5 from the field, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 offensive boards as well. James Keefe, big reason why Navy started to inch closer to this one, as he finishes with 12 and assists. 2 of 5 from downtown. Did go 0 of 4 from the free throw strike. Tyler Hellman, a.k.a. Mr. Mayonnaise, 9 points, 4 assists on 4 of 12 rough night shooting for him. Beans finishing 3 of 3, all of them coming from beyond the arc, finishes with 9. Olmstead, 4 points, 3 rebounds, assists on 2 of 2. Speedy Sniper, 4 points, 3 rebounds. KJ Collins, 2 points, 4 rebounds, a block on 1 of 4. Zion Abaya, 1 point, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal on 0 of 3. And Harrison Miller, Ofer, did have 3 dimes and a rebound. Take us to Air Force.
All right, Air Force, you're looking at Marco Savage leading with Kirk Washington. I mean, Savage having a very quiet night in the second half outside of some defensive moments, but I think a lot of his points came in the first half when they were on a tear in the first quarter. But Kirk Washington, great game. Second half slowed down a little bit, but did everything you want out of a point guard. 7 for 9 from the field.
Yeah, both top 2 guys, very efficient.
Absolutely. Damian Chambers, a little more quiet than usual. 4 for 14, but still came away with 13 points,
Yeah, I mean, he came
Can't
into
beat-
this game
can't
averaging
beat that.
18, so 5 points under his average. But people are going to have rough night shootings. It happens.
Absolutely. And if you're having a rough night and you still come away with 13, I can't beat myself, man. Um, Prince and Rico, great game. 10, 5 assists, 2 steals. Rollins, a great first quarter. I think he came away with 3 of his mid-range shots in the first quarter. He was either 3 or 2. I think it was 2. But started off the game pretty hot.
2 of 2 in the
Blackman,
first. Yeah, 2 and 2 in the first.
absolutely. First half was just great for him. Ali Blackman playing some defense, 2 blocks, 7 points, 2 rebounds. You like to see a couple more rebounds, but in a game where everybody's getting boards, you can't be but so angry at the big men.
Yeah, and he also plays
Um,
a little bit beyond the arc, if I remember correctly. He's more of a stretch 5, I think.
They space him often. Even if he doesn't get the shot, they definitely space him. so that Chambers can move around, allowing him to set off balls, that type of thing. Uh, Timmy 5-4, only one turnover, so you're not gonna get a whole lot of upset on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Wired, I feel like you know this dude's name.
So he got Djokovic.
Dewey Gata Djokovic with 4-4, one assist, one steal, one block. He's everywhere. He's
Yeah,
doing everything with only one field goal made.
I would have expected a little bit more out of him, but he is right around his average, so not surprising. Cameron Bailey.
Nothing too surprising here tonight. Cameron Bailey, I was expecting a little bit more from him. He was definitely getting some open looks, but I feel like he would defer for the play so that he could continue to run. So I'm not too mad at it. And Izzy Ball out here getting some good cardio with a rebound, 2 rebounds, assist, and a steal.
Oh, he was
Some great off-ball play.
plus 14 in 10 minutes, which is pretty impressive considering Blackman plus 15 and Kirk Washington a big plus 23. So good job for that. We're gonna let the other team take over here. Hawaii versus Army coming up. Any parting words, Rampage, before we head off?
Good night, since I'm leaving the booth.
Yeah, we're gonna get you in here more often because thoroughly enjoyed my time with you. Appreciate everybody tuning in. 27 in the stream at the moment. Hawaii Army coming up next. Diggy and Alex on that call. Stick around. CSBA out.